Hi guys, you've probably seen lots of my travel videos and you might have wondered, what's this guy doing in his life? I mean, he's just traveling all over the place. Does he have a job? Does he have a home? Where does he live? Well, in this video I want to tell you something more about myself. For most of my life I have been living just like most of you. I had a job. I've been a journalist for almost 28, 29 years. I've been living in a big city, Belgrade, which is actually a very frustrating place to live, with all the traffic problems, overloaded with people, almost 2 million people, and all the stress that goes with the big city life. At the same time, I've been a nature lover since I was a kid. I practically grew up next to a forest with my grandmother, and I had my daily trips into that forest, so that was some kind of a way to relieve myself from everything that social life put on me. I've been mountaineering in my life. I've been mountain biking. I've been for a while, when I was younger, also spelunking, and I wasn't really happy with escaping that city life. You know, spending some time, a day, a weekend, a vacation somewhere, being in perfect places, just to go back to that urban living hell again. And then at one moment I realized that I should really start living a full-time life as a nature being, or as I like to say, a forest man. Our civilization has actually never given up on slavery. It has just changed its forms. So urban life is nothing else but keeping people under control, controlling them by money, controlling them by a fixed address, controlling them by everything that they depend on in an urban life. So becoming a nomad, starting an off-grid life, has very much to do with regaining your freedom. And you will say, hey, I cannot do that. I mean, I have a job in the town, my kids go to school, I have a house or an apartment, I have all kinds of obligations. Well, you actually start solving that one by one. Of course, leaving urban life, going off-grid, is more complicated for people with big families, with kids, but it's not impossible. I started by quitting my journalist job. Everyone thought I was crazy. They said, hey, it's a good company, you are safe there, you have a steady job. What are you gonna do? You're going to die of hunger. And well, I accepted that everybody thought I was crazy, and I simply had an idea. So, what you need to do when thinking what are you going to do in your life after urban life is you just have to think about what you are good at. What are your unique qualities? What are the services that you can offer anywhere, no matter where you are? So, for example, some job that you can do online, and however unique the things that you can do are, the more chances you have at being successful at doing it. So I thought carefully what kind of a job I could do based on the things I know, and it came to my mind that geography is actually my strongest quality. That I have about more than 150,000 kilometers of mountain trails, forest trails, to walk, to mountain bike, to drive. That geographical knowledge can be used in various ways by, for example, guiding people, by writing, selling books, packaging individual geographical content on demand for certain clients. So there are really numerous ways to make a living by selling that knowledge. Every person is unique, so something that you can do is maybe quite different, but what is important, many jobs can be done at a distance while you're sitting anywhere. So I founded a company offering expeditional travel services, and left the city with this thing, a rooftop tent, and the Jeep, which was previously just a weekend getaway, and then it actually became my full-time home. That up there is the bedroom, and just being anywhere in the nature was a good enough place to serve as a kitchen and living room. The result was remarkable. I've never felt so good in my life before, like having my freedom and traveling all over the place without a fixed date of returning to my slavery. Well, actually there was a little problem, but I solved it over time, and that problem is the harsh winters in the Balkans. Yeah, one possible solution would be to actually spend the winter months somewhere in a warmer part of the world. Another problem is to provide a little bit more comfort to spend the winter months. And I'll show you how I did it. So I bought this extra camper to serve as my winter hideout. A place where I would spend the cold part of winter when there is especially much snow, or it's freezing cold, or I just feel like having some peaceful time to write, to read, to simply do all those things that you usually don't have time to do when you are on the move during the summer. And the place that I've chosen for the winter hideout is situated in a forest in eastern Serbia, near the terrain where I spend most of my time, where I enjoy being most. This is the place from where I start all of my travels. Such a change in life is a big challenge for your life philosophy. We live in a consumer society which unnecessarily gathers a lot of stuff in our lives, stuff that we buy and we don't really need. So this change was some kind of a drill for me, actually finding out what is it that you really need in life and what are the things you can live without. And to my surprise, it turned out that one really doesn't need much for happiness. Actually, the less you have, the less things you are dependent on, there is less to ruin your happiness. And actually, when we leave this world one day, we're taking nothing to our grave. Everything stays up here. So gathering stuff is simply pointless. Believe it or not, life in a trailer can actually be quite comfortable. There is everything that you really need. For example, a place to prepare your food, kitchen with a fridge full of all kinds of stuff, stove, place to sleep, place to work, eat, and there is the bathroom, the toilet. So it's a house in a small package, and as soon as you get out the door, you are in the nature. It's a privilege that you don't have when you live in a town. On the other side, nomadic life in the rooftop tent is a whole different story. Yes, it is somehow more Spartan, but it can be well organized. You can provide your energy independence very nicely, but that's a whole different story. That's a story you may be interested in even if you're just a part-time nomad when you are on vacation, and that will be the subject of some other of my videos. Until then, I wish you a pleasant day and free your mind of all the civilizational dependencies. You will be happier than ever. Trust me. once you feel the freedom that such life brings you, you simply never want to go back.